Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo Podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Gemma, and I almost forgot my introduction. But joining me this week, I have my three excellent friends to kick off the new year. Welcome back, Trev. Happy New Year.
Hey, glad to be back. Another exciting episode.
Yes, indeed. And welcome back, Kirk, for the big year. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Glad to be here with everyone on board with us today.
Yes, and welcome back, Justin. It's been a long time. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be back.
Yes, it's great to have you. And this is our first show for the year. We did have a week off last week. Thank you for joining us. And for a new year, a new season, it's 2026. And we generally kick off our New Year's with a bit of a look at what's ahead. Our predictions episode this is. So we're going to go through. Justin and Trev have a little friendly competition each year where they go through their 10 predictions plus a couple of wild cards for the year ahead. And we, first of all, we'll just recap what happened last year. I don't know if, Justin, if you wanted to go through last year's tally, who made it, who won last year, who won the 2025 predictions?
Yeah, so it was actually pretty close. I think I finished with 8 points and finished with 7. So
Very close.
pretty solid year for both of us there. I think the previous year I had like 2 points or something, and Trev had like 6 or 7 or 6.5 or something like that. So
did you say 6, 7?
Yeah, definitely better showing. Definitely better showing for both of us in 25.
Yeah, and that was mostly thanks to the Switch 2, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Since you won, Justin, is there something Trev has to do now? Like, what are the stakes on this? I feel like he's got to wear like a shirt of a show he doesn't like or something like that.
We all like the same shows, though.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
Trev, you have to wear a Simpsons TV shirt. Fine.
I am right now.
It'll be from a later season, maybe like season 20 or something.
It'll be from season 4 through 8, and you'll like it. Oh,
very good. Well, congratulations, Justin, on your 2025 victory there. Just pipped Trev at the post. So let's look ahead and see. It's another big year, of course. Switch 2 is out in the wild. This is the Switch 2's first full year, so it's very exciting, of course. What we're going to do is go through your top 10 or your 10 predictions, and we'll go Justin and then Trev, and you can alternate that way. So if Justin wants to kick things off with his first prediction for 2026, what's on the list for us?
Yeah, so first off, a big Pokemon fan, and 2026 is the 30th anniversary of the series. So I think the Pokemon Company is going to be doing several things this year, but there's been a lot of rumors and even some leaks that the next proper generation of Pokemon games, that introduces a whole new slew of Pokemon to the roster, is supposed to come out this year. So that's the first prediction, that the 10th generation of Pokemon games will be announced and released this year. And I put something in here that's a little cryptic, but I said I can hear it in the wind and waves. Winky face.
What does that mean?
So if anyone's been following the leaks, there was it's been unfortunate how all that stuff has leaked out, but things are pretty clear on some of the Pokemon Company's plans over the next few years. Obviously, some of the things further out are a bit more, changeable, but for what they had planned over the next year or so, it's pretty clear that they're launching this new generation of games, and that it might be called Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Waves.
Ooh, that's cool. That's a cool name.
We'll see.
Yeah. It's a pity it has been spoiled, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm spoiling it for everyone right now. So
I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't either. That's okay. It'd be a cool name, though.
It says spoilers at the top,
Yeah, spoiler alert. Sorry.
It's like the Simpsons episode. The preceding content not suitable for children. Should not have.
Love that. Yes, well, that's very exciting.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Do they generally announce and release for the new Pokemon games within the same year?
That would be pretty rare. I actually I'm trying to think that maybe that is less rare than I think. Maybe in like the DS or 3DS days that was fairly common. Um,
Mm.
but from what a lot of the leaks were saying, that these are fairly far along in development, and they probably could have announced it last year, but they could be like pushing it to the anniversary year just to have that much more of a kind of a blowout for it. But
Makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, it does make sense. Do you think we'll find out about this kind of thing on Pokemon Day? Or
yes,
yeah, okay.
yeah, I think what is that, like February 27, something like that. So yeah, I think we'll definitely hear something. I don't know that they'll announce the starter Pokemon or things like that at that point. They sometimes do that when they do like an initial announcement. But I could see them just kind of announcing the titles too, and kind of the teaser of the starters, and then just do kind of a drip feed campaign throughout the year for here's the starter reveals, here's the whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah. I mean, we've just come off a pretty big Pokemon year with Legends, so
Yeah.
that'll be exciting. Thank you, Justin.
Mhm.
Let's move to Trev's first prediction for the year.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I predict on Justin's that IGN will say Pokemon Wave is too many waves in their review. No, okay. Yeah, my first prediction is kind of an easy prediction because we already know Tamagotchi Life is coming to Switch One, and I think it's going to be another million seller. I don't think it's going to necessarily sell as well as the 3DS game did, which I think was almost 7 million copies. But I felt pretty confident with this prediction, and especially after seeing like how uh, games like ZA Legends are still selling on the original Switch, even though Switch 2 has been out. I think there's still a market there, a big install base, and yeah, I don't know how many Switch One games are going to be big hits in 2026, but I think Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream, will definitely be a million seller. And I'm excited for it because I missed out on the 3DS, so it'll be a brand new game to me.
That's cool. Do we know? We don't have a release date for this one, do we? I don't think yet. Do we? It's
Did we
just
have like a
2026 or
seasonal
spring.
window, maybe?
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a very good chance of that happening.
I should have checked though, because if it was like Metroid and they release it in December, then maybe it won't hit it.
Yeah.
It cuts off some of the sales legs there.
Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be early enough in the year.
It does say, they have said spring. Yeah.
Yeah, I
spring
thought
of
it was
2020.
spring. That's right. So
But-
that's not too far away, is it? Cool. All right. Thank you, Trev. Back to you, Justin. Your second prediction.
Yeah. So second one on the list is more Pokemon. And again, since it's the anniversary year, I think they're probably going to do several things. I think we'll get the original Pokemon games ported to the Nintendo Classics online service, and or potentially released as standalone versions. And I think they'll have like Pokemon Home compatibility, which is where you can like catch Pokemon in the various games and then put them in kind of like a bank, and have try to truly catch them all from all the various games. There's 1,000 plus Pokemon now. So yeah, I think this could be pretty cool, and people have been pining for this for a while. I think, was it on the 3DS, Trev, where they did come out with these with like Pokemon Red and Blue, I thought, in like the 3DS Virtual Console, but they have yet to do that on the Switch or the Switch 2. But I think it's high time to have some of this. But
Yeah, I think they were.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they were pretty good sellers too. I remember back in the day looking on like the 3DS charts and seeing like yellow or crystal, always up there. I think there's a market for that. I hope that does come true because, like Gemma and I were talking about when we both had like ZA Legends as our top game. We haven't necessarily played all the old games, so that's part of the reason I was late to get into Pokemon is because I felt like I missed it out. I missed out on it when it first released. So I think that'd be great if they were on the online service, or I'd be less excited if I had to pay for them, but I'd probably just pick or choose, some of the ones that I've heard better
Yeah.
things about.
Yeah. I think that's a good prediction. Do you have Pokemon Home, Justin?
I have not gotten that service yet. I used the bank for a little while when they had that, but as far as like paying it's not like that much to pay. I think it's like a couple dollars a month or something. It's pretty reasonable, but I've never, fully like gotten a hold what they call like a national dex or a living dex of like all of the Pokemon, and some people do like the shiny hunt, to try and get an entire shiny dex and all this. So I haven't dedicated that much time to it, but so people could be like, how much of a Pokemon fan are you, Justin? But,
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I wouldn't have been surprised if you did have it. I did have the bank one too. I haven't got Home either. I wasn't even sure if it was a paid service or not. So there you go. Yeah.
Worst
I do
Pokemon
think,
fans ever.
yeah, I do think that like it's really hard to play some of the older Pokemon games, like to find them. Like they're super expensive if you want to get any of the ones on like the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, DS, 3DS. They always hold their value really well. So like the caveat is if they do make these so accessible on the Switch and Switch 2 to play them, then maybe the used market is affected by these modern versions of them or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. I think it can still be both. There's still plenty of people that want the physical games that'll still pay for those, and then give the option to have the digital ones that you can still catch the Pokemon and put them in the service. But
Cool.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of counterfeits too with like the old cards.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Because people are buying them, and they're looking for cheaper. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they're trying to arbitrarily increase the supply since there's so much demand.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Justin. Let's head back to Trev for his second prediction. What do you got?
Okay. So I'm already off to a disadvantage because we know of a couple Switch 2 versions of Switch 1 games coming out. But on the year as a whole, I'm predicting that we're going to see less, even if it's just one less. And I admit this is kind of wishful thinking on my part, but I just think it's going to be its first full year, and we need proper Switch 2 games, not just replaying games that most of us enthusiasts have already played. So that's my prediction. I hope it comes true. And just even from an aesthetic point of view, I just hate the long names that come out from Switch 2 editions. It's just so wordy.
Yeah.
Especially even they kind of like mess up the logos. Like I know in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it's got that big like Switch 2 edition badge at the launch screen, and it's just like, oh, that's kind of doesn't look great.
That's true. So I mean, I get it; they're money makers, right? But I don't think they can get away with that for very, very long. It's one thing in the first year where they're trying to get market presence, but
yeah, and of course there's, I mean, we know about a few already, like Animal Crossing is coming out this week, Mario coming up, and there's rumors then of things like Pikmin 3 or Pikmin 4 or both, I don't know. But yeah, what's your number, like you need to get less than this
as long as
last
it's
year?
one less.
Well, how many did we have last year? Do we know?
I don't know. There were like 7, 8. I think there were a couple in Japan too that we didn't.
Does this include Metroid Prime, like the likes of Metroid and Pokemon that had 2 versions, or do you mean only old games like the Zeldas?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I meant old games, but if I wind up getting in trouble, I'll add Metroid and Pokemon.
Yeah, fair enough. Very good. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty likely. I don't think they'll rely on it too much, but I do think well, we know there's a couple, probably a couple more, but yeah, that could go either way.
One thing with the Wii U to Switch, because the Wii U was not a big seller, but the Switch was. So, and still is selling. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Give us brand new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. Definitely agree with that one. Let's swing back to Justin for number 3. What's next?
Yeah, I think we'll see at least an announcement for what Monolith Soft, the Xenoblade developers, are working on next. I would like it to be, I like a new Xenoblade, but part of me also wants maybe a new IP altogether. They're a super talented team. They obviously worked on Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and some other things that Nintendo's had them help out with. But be kind of nice to see what they could do on their own. Like, hey, here's a whole new concept that we've been working on.
Yeah, that would be exciting. I feel like that would make Kirk happy as well, right?
It would. It certainly would. And I agree with Justin. I don't think that we need another Xenoblade Chronicles, because X kind of tied that whole trilogy together in ways that I don't even think it probably should have been tied together. So I would like to see something brand new that kind of has the same gameplay, but maybe is set in a different universe and has a different feel to it. And hopefully isn't quite as mech based as X was. But that's just a personal preference.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good one. I don't know how likely this one is, but there's a good chance. Yeah. Certainly we all would like to see that. So yeah, that could be very exciting. Definitely.
And at least with just an announcement prediction makes it a little more likely, because even if it doesn't come out this year, as long as they announce something, it's still a successful prediction.
Yeah. And I mean, they've got to be doing something, right? They're not just sitting on their hands.
It's been a while, because like kind of the last stuff they worked on were some of the ports, so and they usually tend to show up early on in a new console's life cycle, at least an announcement, because they sort of add some diversity to Nintendo's lineup, that can sometimes maybe be more Mario heavy, or other kind of their core franchises. Monolith Soft has really kind of given them some different style games, to have in their lineup that I think Nintendo likes.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Thank you, Justin. Let's head back to Trev for his third prediction.
Okay, so this kind of ties into a little bit of my last prediction, because here I am already talking about a Switch 2 edition of a game. We know we're going to get Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus Meet Up in Bell Park. I mean, it's so wordy, right? And that game's great. I think we all had it on our own personal top list when it came out. And I think it's gonna, scratch a Mario itch for people who want to revisit it. But the Switch 2 needs a 3D Mario, and we had Donkey Kong last year, which was awesome. But I think at a minimum, we're going to get a tease of Mario's next 3D adventure, even if it's late in the year. I think we'll get some kind of trailer, or like an announcement in a direct that they're confirming that they're working on one. We know they have to be, but I think that'll go a long way towards keeping the Mario fans at bay.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of have that little twinge, like, oh, where's the new Mario? Like, and by that point, the Switch 2 will have been out for, like 18 months or whatever. So
yeah. I think that's pretty likely, surely, right? We're all very hopeful for that one.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't. How long can a Nintendo system go on without a new Mario game? And I'm not mocking Wonder. I loved Wonder, but
yeah, of course.
we want that 3D adventure, like Odyssey or Galaxy 3 or Sunshine 2 or something.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say, Justin?
I think someone said that there hasn't been a single Nintendo system that hasn't had like a proper full-on Mario within the first 12 months or something like. So this would be very, very different for Nintendo, and maybe Nintendo was like, hey, Donkey Kong is big enough to fit the bill there for a WoW platformer. Like, I certainly liked Bonanza, but I know a lot of people did, but I know a lot of people are like, well, but I still want that next Mario 3D adventure. So I don't think they can go much longer. I think I think you're right. I hope we hear something this year, because I think otherwise people get a little worried. If they sort of Nintendo's tried to get away from like announcing things too far in advance. Like that obviously bit them with Metroid 4. But you sort of do want some of those big announcements of like, yes, okay, the people who haven't bought a Switch 2 yet, what are those big games coming that make me want to buy this system? Like you said, Trev, we need almost fewer of the Switch 2 editions and more like, okay, what are the brand new big games designed just for this new system? So.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point. Like, would it be better to have a Mario 1 to 2, but that's half baked, or is it better to have a Switch 2 edition? I don't know, for example. But yeah, I think we're all clamoring to hear about Mario. There's lots of fans out there who want to hear about Mario, myself included. So yeah, bring it on, I say. Thank you very much, Trev. Let's head back to Justin for number 4 prediction.
Yeah, it seems like my first 4 there. It's like clusters of 2 here. My first 2 were Pokemon related. Now these are Xenoblade related. But my number 4 is I think we'll get some Switch 2 editions of some or all of the previous Xenoblade games. So, obviously we had just the definitive edition for Xenoblade Chronicles X that came out just last year. Like it's not even a year old. So we have almost, somewhat of a remaster here, pretty late in the Switch 1's life. But those games, I think, could benefit the most from Switch 2 editions of, frame rate, higher resolution. So, anyways, and I think that if Monolith Soft is working on something new, they've already been doing some ports with X last year. I think it could be a natural extension to up-res and get some of those other additions up to Switch 2 level visually. So
Trev obviously doesn't want too many of those because that will go against his previous prediction.
This is the first prediction of Justin's I'm kind of rooting against, but it's selfish because he's right. It's obviously any game you play on Switch 2, even if it's not specifically a Switch 2 edition, already looks a little better, runs a little better. So you can imagine if they're optimized, what they're going to do. So I don't want to take away from the fans. Maybe just release them in 2027.
Yeah. They could announce them, right? Come out with one of them this year, and then they're like, "Hey, over the next year, 18 months, here's we'll have all the Xenoblades."
Yeah. I was going to say they might not do it at the same time, but then they did with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They came out simultaneously, so they couldn't they? Really?
Yeah.
Well, Justin, do you think they would release them like with additional content and everything too, or you're just looking at Switch 2 optimizations for like a free upgrade?
I think that's going to be the difference between what Gemma just said, right? Like because Breath of the Wild and Kingdom Switch 2 editions were basically just the frame rate and the resolution, right? There was no new. Well, there was a little bit of content, right? I guess they did some kind of integration with like an app where you could kind of save things you found. Like there's a couple content things they did. So I wouldn't see like a full expansion in the vein of some of the other ones they did, like for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition or even like the Torna Country or something like that, Kirk. But I could see them doing some maybe light content if they were going to drop them all at once. Like, hey, here's all the Xenoblade games, Switch 2 editions, 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, whatever. I could still see Nintendo probably is not going to want them to just do a straight port with no content features tied to it. I think they even talked to like indie developers and third-party devs and said, hey, if you're going to port something to even the Switch 1, make some differentiation, that because again, a lot of people that had another system too, and it's like, well, if it's just the same thing, I'm not going to rebuy it on the Switch 1, So, but yeah, I could see like depending on how much content they do, Kirk, maybe that difference between if they release them all at once or space them out. Like they could announce a plan like the Mario Kart 8 DLC where it's like, hey, over the next 24 months, we're going to be remastering all the Xenoblade games, and there's going to be new content that we're adding to all of them. Right? I don't know. But
Yeah,
that
because you
would be
can't exactly play all of them at once anyway. They're pretty big
yeah,
games.
exactly. They've got to think of the fans, right? These games are like 80-hour games plus each of them. You know, you can sink a decent amount of time into these. So
Even Kirk, you can't handle all of them at once.
Oh, I don't know if I'd want to handle any of them again.
You say that now, but
That's true. I know. I said that after when they first announced what was it, the Xenoblade, the first Xenoblade Chronicles. They ported that to the 3DS,
Mm.
the new 3DS.
Yep.
And I swore I was never going to play it again because I think I put 120, 130 hours into that. But the moment the game came out, I bought it and played through the whole thing again. And then, of course, did it again on the Switch when the definitive edition came out. So
There you go.
Oh, man.
You're very
We'll be
good at that. I don't know how you
Day
find the
one.
time. It's very good.
it takes a long time, very long time.
Yeah. Were you more efficient each time you played it, do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Cut some time off there.
That's right.
Thank you, Justin. Let's head back to Trev for number 4. What do you got?
okay. So I'm kind of sticking in a Mario theme for these next couple, but we know the Super Mario Galaxy movie is going to come out this year, and I'm sure it'll be great, and I'm sure it'll be successful. But um, my gut feeling, and it's really just that it's not based on any, you know, information that I have or rumors or whatnot. But I don't think it's going to quite match the success of the first film, at least in terms of profitability, because we know the first Mario movie. I think it was the second highest movie of the year. It took in like 1.4 billion or something. And of course, its budget was 100 million, which is huge, but for a movie is actually a big movie is not that high. I just have a feeling this movie is going to be more expensive, have more of a marketing push, and it's probably just not going to be quite as popular. I think the second time around, people have to come back deliberately. I feel like the first time people were curious, um, but I hope I'm wrong. I do think it's still going to be a successful film financially and hopefully critically, but just one of those things. I wonder if they can match the magic of the first one.
It's a good question. It is hard to recapture that, isn't it? I would probably agree with you on that. I think it'll be successful, but not as successful, just because that movie was so huge.
Yeah,
But hey, you never
and I
know,
feel
right?
like the theatrical landscape too is changing, and I feel like it's harder to, especially with the budgets, it's harder to be a success at the cinema nowadays with streaming and whatnot. And there's such a quick turnaround time between when a film comes out and at the cinema and then when it, you can watch it on your big screen. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just my own kind of gut feeling.
I know. It's almost like if I don't watch it straight away, then do I bother watching it or just wait? Because I'm like, well, I've kind of missed the first 2 weeks. Now it's going to be on streaming probably tomorrow. So.
I mean, it won't impact me. Obviously, I'm going to watch it opening weekend.
Oh yeah, me
because
too.
we'll be talking about it, on the podcast. But
Yeah, I'm very
I don't
excited.
know.
I saw some top 10 movies of 2026 kind of things on YouTube that I like to watch every year, like the year that's coming up type of thing. But they didn't have Super Mario Galaxy on their list, so they were interested in other movies. I'm like, well, this would be on my list of most anticipated movies for the year. But that's okay.
And that's what I'm wondering. Like, we have the Nintendo enthusiasts like us. Well, maybe not Kirk. I don't know, but that are
Wait,
gonna.
what? Why? Am I being insulted somehow?
Oh no! I know you're not as big into Mario as us, so I don't know if you'd be like chomping at the bit to see it opening weekend.
All right, well that's fair. I'm not chomping at the bit, but yes, I am going to see it opening weekend.
There you
Okay, well that's
go.
awesome.
How's that?
You're hoping to see it in like 3D or something, aren't you? Did you say? Or
Yeah, I saw the original. I saw that way. Yeah, it was great. Excellent use of 3D. So
yeah,
Nice.
very cool.
Yeah, I just wonder, like the non-enthusiasts, like the non-Nintendo enthusiasts who just want to see a film with their kids or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, I suppose if they saw the first one and liked it, which most families did, there's a good chance they'll go and see the second one. It comes out in April. which at least here is school holiday time. I don't know what it's like over there, but I assume it's kind of midterm break kind of thing, which also helps. It's Easter. Is that good or bad? I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of factors for sure. But yeah, we'll definitely be seeing it and talking about it on the show when it comes out. So looking forward to that. Thank you, Trev. Let's head on over to Justin for his 5th prediction.
Yeah, this is. I feel like I've always had Star Fox on my list at some point, but I do think Star Fox will get some sort of love this year, even if it's just Star Fox Adventures or Star Fox Assault on the GameCube Nintendo Classics. But hopefully something Star Fox related this year.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Mm-hmm. I think there's a good chance of the GameCube, at least, side of things happening, right?
Hopefully.
I'm a big fan of this prediction.
Mm.
I was actually just thinking about Star Fox Adventures the other day. I was walking around in my game room and I'm like, oh man, like that was like, yeah. But it's funny. I feel like I also had Star Fox maybe on a past prediction. I feel like it was a forgotten anniversary.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple years ago, but I was also thinking, how they had. Actually, I'm going to save it because I think I'm going to be talking a little bit about this later in a
Okay.
roundabout way. But I'm just a fan of this prediction. I do hope that we get something Star Fox or what was the one on Wii U? Even like maybe they could rework that Star Fox Zero.
Star Fox Zero, yeah.
Yeah, like that was. I know it wasn't the best Star Fox game, but it still had some enjoyable stuff. So
Yeah.
Was it the last one then? When was the last
Yeah,
outing?
that was the last one.
2016, was it?
my goodness, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually has been a while. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I was kind of thinking. I was like, it's been so long. And I could see them trying to reintroduce people to Star Fox through the GameCube service, like, hey, if you ever like Star Fox Assault is a pretty safe sequel that they did on the GameCube. It kind of goes back to mostly just our wing play. It's not be a third person adventure game or, something that was maybe a little bit more different than what people expected. So I think Assault could be, people could resonate with, and then maybe this could lead towards a new one,
Yeah, that'd be good. Because it's such a cool, it's a cool name, Star Fox. He's a cool character.
Yeah.
It's a, it's a sci-fi space adventure. What's not to like?
Mhm.
Kirk, are you into Star Fox?
Do you know, I don't think I have ever played a Star Fox game in my life.
There you go. So you need to be introduced via the GameCube.
There you go, Nintendo. There's a lot of. Let's go.
Yeah, if they do make it available on Nintendo Classics, yeah, I definitely would have to try it after listening to you guys talk about it in this yearly podcast that we do here.
Yeah. Yes.
Since it's always on the prediction list, I want it to come true so I could give it a shot.
Yeah.
Star Fox Adventures is cool too, and I know Nintendo's had kind of a better relationship with Rare and Microsoft with getting some of those ports like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark recently, and Star Fox Adventures. So I feel like that's within the realm of possibility, and it's awesome. Like I feel like it's a Star Fox Zelda game. So if you guys want a Zelda game with dinosaurs and yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool. Yes, I love that one. We all want that one to come true.
You know what, Gemma?
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I don't know. In Australia, was it called Star Fox or did they call it Lilac Wars? Because I know in some markets that's what they called it.
Yeah, I think in Europe it was Lilac Wars.
It might have been Lilac Wars. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. I definitely had the Super Nintendo game. I don't remember now. I mean, I just know it as Star Fox. Maybe because that's
you probably at least knew the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lilac Wars is definitely familiar. So maybe it at least started off that way or something. I don't know. I don't know why they do that though. Maybe there was some trademark issue. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but Lilac Wars doesn't have quite the same sound as Star Fox, I think. Yeah, very cool. Thank you, Justin. We're going back to Trev now for his 5th prediction. What's next for you?
I must have been feeling pretty confident when I wrote this because I've got Mario Kart World DLC seems like a lock. So I'm hoping for new characters, tracks, and a music player. That's a big one for me.
Mm,
But um, I said whatever gets added is sure to inject some exciting life into this launch title. And I didn't put this in the notes, but you guys probably heard in the news recently that they're stopping the bundle. Mario
yes.
Kart World is a pack-in. So
Mhm.
now, if people are going to be paying full price for this game on the shelf,
Mm,
I think some DLC is going to make it more attractive.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I think there's a really good chance of that. It seems like a no-brainer, doesn't it? But who knows when that'll happen.
I hope so.
Mm.
And that's
But
really
this,
the big knock with World. It wasn't even the game per se, but people compared it to 8 Deluxe that had tracks upon tracks upon tracks of
it did. It did.
Mhm.
So many
Mhm.
tracks. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's plenty of room to expand. That's for sure. Honestly. Yeah, I hope that's true. I would be very happy to hear that come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know if it's a lock, but it's a very high chance. I'd say of that one. Thank you, Trev. Let's swing back to Justin for number 6.
Yeah, this is the first of many 40th anniversaries that I call out in my prediction. Um, 1986, quite a year for video games. Zelda, Metroid, all sorts of stuff. But Zelda does have its 40th anniversary this year. I think we'll see some new remasters announced. I mentioned hopefully the long rumored Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD get the 4K treatment as full. We might even see the next new Zelda game teased. But yeah, I think we've got to see something there, similar to what Trev said about Mario. I think sometimes we see teases for Mario and Zelda, expect those, So I hope that we at least get to see something. And then this is such a big anniversary that they at least have to have something this year, even if it's just some ports of some classics. So.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see something very interesting. I don't know how likely that is. I think there's got to be something though. 40th anniversary is huge, and I mean we just had Mario's. Is Mario's 40th? Was that last year or was that this year?
Last year.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they announced something last year for it. They just basically announced like, hey, there's all these Mario games coming out for the 40th. They didn't really, I think like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 was a part of that kind of promotion. And I think even Mario Tennis Fever, like they're just like, hey, we're celebrating over the next year or something. But,
Yeah. So you're right. They could tease something for next year.
Mhm.
Yeah, New Zelda. Because how much time was between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? What was that gap?
It
It
was
was,
longer than we thought because of
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh, yeah,
it was
true.
2017 to 2023. So 6 years.
6 years,
Yeah.
yeah. So do you
quite
think
a bit.
we have to wait 6 years? Probably not this time around. So yeah, we could start to get teased for the next one, couldn't we?
Yeah. Hopefully.
But I think
We
people,
got
it's a
it.
bit like
Zelda's
Mario.
too big.
Sorry, Trev.
Oh no, I was just saying Zelda's too big, especially
Yeah.
like you look at the sale numbers of the
Mhm.
later entries. It's like, and I have a Zelda prediction too, but a little bit later. But they got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Zelda and Mario is like the 1-2 punch for
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It's a bit like Mario, isn't it? Where you've got to have something. Maybe not within the first 12 months like Mario, but still every generation there's multiple Zelda kind of, if not entries, at least remasters of some sort, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
When does the Zelda movie come out?
Ooh, is that 2027?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think they would have to do something. They'd have to release something to start sparking interest in that again ahead of the film. Get the
Yeah.
get the gamers excited about Zelda before it even
Yeah.
hits theaters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point. So maybe the second half of this year we might see some Zelda love. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. Back to you, Trev, for number 6.
Okay. So I'm predicting another first party mouse controlled game. And I acknowledge that like Dragon Drive and Welcome Tour too for that matter, they didn't exactly set the world on fire in terms of reception. It wasn't bad per se, but it wasn't like
Mm.
must-have games. But I do think Nintendo is still going to try to do something with their unique control setup, and I don't think it's going to be a big like a physical release. It's probably going to be a lower priced eShop type of game, but um, I just hope it gets received a little bit better because I do think that using the Joy-Con as a mouse is a cool feature,
Mm.
and it just needs the right games around it to really take off.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I think that's a good chance of that one. Yeah, it's been a bit not underwhelming, but yeah, the reception hasn't been as strong as they would have liked, I'm sure. And it's probably that controversy like around the pack-in sort of thing as well. Probably to do with
Mm,
Welcome Tour at least. Dragon Drive. I think it was more just the look of it, wasn't it? It just didn't look as bright and colourful as a Nintendo game maybe usually does. Maybe put people off a
yeah.
little bit. I don't know. It was a cool concept for sure. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you, Trev. Let's go back to Justin. What are we up to now? Number 7?
Number
Yes.
7, yeah. It's also a big anniversary for Animal Crossing. It's the 25th anniversary.
Mm.
Um, I think we could see a reveal of the new one for the Switch 2. That it's going to come out this year. Obviously, the year with the 2 edition
Mm.
of the Switch 1 Animal Crossing. But I feel like Animal Crossing did so super well on Switch 1. I mean, granted, it came out kind of perfect time.
Yeah.
Things were locking down and everybody's at home, and Animal Crossing was a bright spot throughout
Mm.
all of that. But I kind of like cemented it as like this is a big franchise. Like, did it so was it 40 or 50 million or something ridiculous?
Mm.
I
I
think
thought
it's
it
even
was
more.
something unprecedented for the series. So I think Nintendo is going to want to see that launching sooner in the cycle for Switch 2. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, almost 50. 48.19 apparently. Yes, very high
Mhm.
sales.
My only
Yeah.
hesitation with that is like you alluded to, though, if they're doing the
Yeah.
upgrade for the Switch one, and I think it's only what, like $5 or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Will people just be inclined to upgrade and keep playing that one? Like, will they want to do a? I just Nintendo's so weird. Who knows how they think? But
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
would be my only hesitation.
Yeah, it's a pretty sizable content drop
it
even
is. Mm.
for this. So yeah, you're right, Trev. Like it could be that maybe they're figuring this will ride out the 25th anniversary. Like, hey, check
Mm.
out the first Animal Crossing if you haven't, because there may be plenty of people that maybe bought a Switch 2 that didn't have a Switch 1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe they'll get those folks and then give them a year or two breathing room for a new one. But yeah.
Mm. Or maybe they could put the original GameCube one maybe on Switch Online.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
looking for
There
some
you go.
variety
Yeah.
Mm.
because that was a pretty unique entry. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, it had stuff that we haven't seen in subsequent ones.
Yeah.
I wonder if this Switch 2 edition and the version 3 update, like the version 3 update is more for the Switch 1 players, I guess. But do you think because it's not expensive, the Switch 2 sort of edition, if that's the same word,
Mhm.
is this aimed at people because it has such a high sales number? Obviously, a lot of people have Animal Crossing, they love it. Is
Mhm.
this meant to help people move to Switch 2, do you think, in some ways?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
because that could
forget
be.
about this Switch 2 edition on this one. See, my
Mm.
prediction's already off to a bad start because I totally forgot about this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't want to
tradition
mention
the
that
first
before.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It comes out this week actually as well as part of the update. There's the 3.0 update, but also the Switch 2 edition. So yeah, it's all happening. Awesome. Well, thank you, Justin. I think there's a good chance of some Animal Crossing love this year. We'll see what happens. Let's move back to Trev for his 7th prediction. What do you got?
Okay. And this kind of ties into a couple things we've already talked about in terms of like Pokemon Anniversary and also Nintendo in the theatrical realm.
Hmm.
But it was a couple years back. I was looking at some of my old predictions, and I predicted that we'd finally get some more info on the Detective Pikachu follow-up film. And I no longer am optimistic on that. It's been such a long time. Like the first film, you guys remember when that came out? I think it was 2018.
Mm. Yeah, it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Long time ago, and not just the passage of time, but the last Detective Pikachu game. I feel like it underperformed. Again, it's sort of like your Dragon Drive. It wasn't like a bad game per se, but I feel like the critical reception was lower, and certainly the sales. I mean, I don't even think it hit 1 million. So, with those things in mind, I feel like this would have been a good time because it's the 30th anniversary, but I think it's going to come and go, and we're not going to hear anything about it. Because I haven't heard anything about the film in quite some time. I feel like it's stuck in a development hell, like they call
Yeah,
it.
must be. Yeah, the 30th anniversary would be a nice time to have a whole series of things. Like we've got a new, generation. We've got a new movie coming, even if it's not released this year, but it's like it's coming. We've got a brand new game. We've got some ports or whatever. I don't know. They could do the whole thing. Pokemon is big enough to do that, but who knows, right? Maybe instead of a new movie, it'll be a new series or I don't know, character, anime, whatever, or an animated movie even. There's a lot of possibilities. But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see what's happening with that. I did enjoy the first one, the first movie. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Trev. Let's head back to Justin for number 8. What's your 8th prediction?
Yeah, so I'm riding that 40th anniversary trend here. So yeah, Samus will be celebrating her 40th birthday. Obviously, we just got Metro Prime 4 Beyond. I've been loving that. But I think this year would be a great time to release or confirm or announce Metroid Prime 2 remastered and maybe Metroid Prime 3 remastered. I mean, maybe even announce a 2D Metroid. I don't have a prediction here, but something like Metroid love going. So
Yeah. Especially now that we've got Metro Prime 4 out there, be good to continue that momentum. Hey.
Yeah, and it's been a while since even Metroid Dread. So
yeah, what year was that? It's a few years ago now.
Yeah, that one came out. No, 21.
Really? Has it been 5 years? Wow.
Let me double check that.
It's towards the end of the year, maybe, but still 4.5, 5
Yeah,
years.
October 8, 2021.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
we're
longer than I thought.
5 years from now. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd always all be happy with a new 2D Metroid as well. Honestly, that would be a nice surprise.
I feel like they could do it, like, because that's kind of what they do with like Mario, right? Like you get your 3D adventure, then your 2D adventures.
Yeah.
You kind of stagger it, and then like both of those series probably still take maybe 4 or 5 years to develop a game, but if you stagger it, then people are getting a game every 2.5 years.
Except for Metroid 3D, where we take 18 years, but we won't talk about that.
Exactly.
I'd be happy even like some kind of Metroid. Like, what if they did like another Metroid Prime Pinball, or even redevelop like Blast Ball, or just something Metroid, just to keep it in the consciousness of gamers.
Yeah. Did Metroid Dread do well?
I believe
for Metroid it did.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I think it was that. I think it became the best-selling Metroid game. I think.
Oh wow! See, that's good. See, what if that became the next? Like you've got your Prime series for 3D. What if it became a Dread series, like you got Metroid Dread 2 kind of thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bit easier to develop then as well. I don't know.
What did it do? It did like 3 million something, like, which is still low compared to like your Mario and Zelda, but for Metroid, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
There's something just over 3 million. Yeah, which is huge. I actually have some high hopes for even Metroid Prime 4 because it was number one on the eShop for a long time. For a good first month, I don't know, it was like 5 or 6 weeks. It was number one, like even pre-launch, and then going into the holidays.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that Prime 4 could at least match what Metroid Dread beat hopefully what the other Prime game sales were. But,
yeah. Will we find that out at the end of the fiscal Yeah,
Yeah,
in March. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we should have at least some idea about how it did over the holidays. You know that there'll be a limited time in that
Mm.
quarter, but
Could Metroid Dread benefit from a Switch 2 upgrade?
oh
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
True.
100%, yeah.
Sorry,
I
Trev.
don't know what I didn't play it, so I don't know what the like the frame rate was. But a game like this at 60 FPS would be glorious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was 60, but they could do that.
Okay.
120 FPS mode would be fantastic. Like people are kind
Oh
of
yeah,
used to
out of
that
HDR. Yeah.
for
Mm.
for
Yeah.
song, and so they could make it buttery smooth, and it would just they could punch up the resolution too to get rid of any jagged edges, and it would it would look.
That could be another one on the list there, Trev, for your Switch 2 editions.
Oh man.
I was like, no.
You know what's funny? We were talking about like Prime 2, Prime 3. Let's not forget
Mhm.
Prime Hunters. I know it was
Yes.
Yeah.
on the DS and it would take a little bit more reworking, but that was a really
Yeah.
cool game for the system. So
Mm.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, and I think that could be like a smaller type of spin-off because it wasn't really a proper, Prime game, but I
Yeah.
just feel like there's things they could do just to keep Samus kind of, so when people think of Nintendo and like mascots, that she
Yeah.
doesn't get
Mhm.
forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, what about Other M for that matter?
Mm.
Yeah.
I like Other M a lot.
Yeah.
In
I
fact,
liked other like a lot of the gameplay. I mean, I know like story wise and characterization things like that, people will criticize it, but like a 2D/3D, I think I would go for another Metroid in that of trying to do kind of the meshing of the two.
we were
Yeah.
talking about on the podcast because I think we all had Prime 4, fairly high up on our list. But the
Mhm.
one thing I wish Prime 4 did, to take a page from Other M, would have been to give Samus a voice because I found
Mm.
it awkward when Miles
Yeah.
is yammering away and Samus is just standing there. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, guys. That's what makes me worried about,
Mhm.
like with the Zelda film and some of these other things. Like, I'm getting off topic, but yeah.
Well, maybe they'll announce a Metroid movie for the anniversary. Like,
I
what's
would
next?
love
They've
that.
got Mario coming out this year, right? We know if Zelda's in the works, but they're doing this whole not cinematic universe, but they're doing a lot of Nintendo themed movies, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
that would
Metroid.
I love that. And Metroid universe lends itself well to live action, to
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
it
totally.
more
really
so than
does.
Zelda. Like, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that could be interesting. So that could be an anniversary thing. You'd still get half
Mhm.
a point for that, I reckon, Justin.
Yeah.
Cool. That's very exciting. We love our Metroid. Very good. Let's
Mhm.
move back to Trev for number 8 prediction. What do you got?
I feel like mine's not as exciting as the Metroid chat. But so one of the things that caught me kind of out of the blue this year was when Nintendo did that Rosalina storybook, which is like, oh, okay. What is that?
Hmm.
It's like a little physical goodie that I think wasn't even complete because I don't think it had the. But anyway,
Mm.
I was thinking on that, and I'm like, that's the sort of thing that can generate profit. Much the way like amiibos do, having something tangible that people can pick up on a shelf. And so I think in 2026, Nintendo would probably do another physical goodie like that. It might not be a storybook per se, but um, I just see it being something that'll work. I think it's probably going to be overpriced, much like the book was, and I think it'll probably still sell out because knowing how Nintendo collectors are, they just eat up stuff like that. So it's a small little prediction, but
Mm.
I think it's good, especially we don't know how like the final holiday numbers for like the Switch and Switch 2. I'm sure they were strong, but if they didn't quite hit that mark, they might be looking for little things like this to generate extra income.
Yeah,
Mhm.
looks like it is sold out at the moment, the book on the eShop there.
Mhm.
What would you say as a good price for that?
For me,
Mm.
I don't know. I'm kind of a frugal gamer in a lot of ways. So the thing that bugged me with the book is it didn't even have like they had content and they're like the book's not going to include these story pages or something. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I think it's the new pages from
And
the
that's what
update.
bugged me because
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want to buy something that feels incomplete. So
Yeah, I guess it's the original book, not the updated book, which, yeah, why would you do that? Why would you release it at the same time as a new game without the content from the new game? That does make a little sense to me as well. So,
So that was my big issue. Like the book itself, I mean, it looked nice.
yeah.
It looks quality for what it was, but
Do we know
it's
anyone
just
who
not
has
good.
it? Do we don't have it, obviously, but do you guys know anyone who did buy it by any chance? No.
I
Wonder how
don't.
many they produced. Couldn't have been too many, I
I
suppose.
don't know. What is it? It's like $25. Like
Yeah,
it's
25.
it's. I mean, that price wouldn't be bad necessarily if it was complete. Like I don't
Mm.
know how many pages it is, but um,
Yeah, I'm not sure either,
yeah.
honestly.
I'm just thinking of like we had our Alarmo recently too, and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I feel like um, yeah, Nintendo will probably do something like that. I wasn't very specific in this prediction, so it could be almost
Yeah,
anything.
could be a free point. I mean, it's like they're branching out a lot more now because they don't have the two, they used to have the handheld and the console, the DS and the Wii or whatever it was. Now they just have the
Mm,
one system to rule them all. Maybe they've got more room to spread their wings and do things like the movies, like the merch, like the random alarm clocks. Like, I don't know. Feels like they are spreading their wings a bit.
mm.
Hmm.
I mean,
Just
I guess
interesting.
technically we already know, aren't they doing like those vinyl records there
Oh yeah.
for
Hmm.
Zelda? So I
Yeah.
guess I already got this prediction.
Don't call it vinyl in front of Kirk though. They
I
just
think
Uh,
I've given up on that battle.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's cool. I think, yeah, I would like to see what that could bring this year, Trev, honestly. There could be some cool stuff. I mean, I like the Alamo. I think that was a pretty neat random thing that they did. I didn't
mm.
get the book. I don't even know if the book's available in Australia. But anyway, yeah, it's good for collectors. Let's move back to Justin for his ninth prediction. What do you got?
Yeah. So number 9. So I know. Do you remember Reggie Fils-Aimé this year? Nintendo of America's former president. He went on record saying he was really surprised that Microsoft hadn't fully, um, gone all in on the Switch 2. And then I think there was something after that where Phil Spencer, kind of the Xbox head there for Microsoft, said something to the effect that we're going to be looking more at the Switch 2 in the future. My prediction was I think we'll see more support from Microsoft this year for the Switch 2. They've kind of almost gone third party now. They're I think Halo or some new Halo campaign evolved that's coming to the PS5.
Mm.
So with Halo coming to the PlayStation, cats and dogs are living with each other, all sorts of stuff. So anything's on the table, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some of their major titles from recent years get ported, maybe even some of their upcoming 2026 calendar releases as well. And I know we already have in the Great Circle that was been announced too. So this prediction would be in addition to that. So things like Doom: The Dark Ages, or any of the recent Doom games, or Light Sim, or Fable, or stuff like that Microsoft has had in development. I could see those getting ported. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty likely. Yeah. That's a good one. And an exciting one too, because it does mean more games for more players.
Yeah.
I'd be excited for that because I haven't really played Xbox like since the original one that came out around the same time as the GameCube. So I don't even know like what some of their big games are.
Yeah, the Forza series, the Forza Horizon series specifically, I think would be a fantastic fit for Nintendo fans. That's where you're driving the cars over this kind of whole open world and races and all sorts of stuff, but just fantastic. So Forza Horizon 5 was the most recent one. They've announced Forza Horizon 6, and they're going to be talking about that in a couple weeks. So if
Oh,
that came to the Switch too, I think it would do huge.
yeah, that would be huge. That'd be very huge. Do they know when number 6 is coming out for Xbox? Or that hasn't got a date yet?
A lot of the rumors are pointing to the first half of this year. I
Oh,
think initially people skeptical because Grand Theft Auto 6 was supposed to come out in May, but then that got pushed now to November of this year. So I think developers that were going to release stuff in the first half are like, okay, phew, they're breathing a sigh of relief. Okay, we can actually release something and not get blown away by Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, that's it.
It's kind of ironic that we're going to have lots of 6s potentially. Grand Theft Auto, Forza Horizon 6, we had Battlefield 6 that was, came out recently. There's a lot of franchises hitting that number. But.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you, Justin. Does your cat want to speak for you on the next one, True? Is that your kitty in the background that I heard?
Well, that is not my cat. No.
Oh.
I thought it was something from your end.
No. Oh, well. I just assumed it was your cat, but whatever it was, hello.
Interesting. No, I deliberately shut myself in the room here, and my wife's got the cat at the other end of the house shut.
Oh, okay. So. Fair enough. That's okay. Let's head to True for number 9. What's your 9th prediction for 2026?
Well, now I'm curious. I'm going to text my wife. If that was my cat.
No one else is owning up to it, so
it could be me. It could be Rowan. Rowan's saying "Dada."
Could be.
Cute. Coming through the door.
Nice. All right. So I'm sorry. What number were we on?
Number 9.
Yes. Kind of ties into my last point too about overpriced physical things. I feel like this year Amiibo, especially here in the U.S., have really skyrocketed in price. Part of that might be the tariffs, but I feel like they're just getting really intricate. Like you look at the new Kirby Amiibo and their little vehicles, or the new Metroid Amiibo, and they've come a long way from that initial batch of Smash Brothers ones back, over 10 years ago. And I think they're being priced out of the market for a lot of collectors. So I think we're going to see more Amiibo cards. Like we've seen with Animal Crossing or Mario Sports Superstars. And of course, most recently, Street Fighter 6 had them along with traditional Amiibo. But I think it's a way to give people more choices. And I think it's honestly will generate more profit because the cards are a lot cheaper to make.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I love the idea of Mario Sports. I didn't even know they had them, actually. Mario Sports had cards previously. But imagine if you had I don't know if tennis is big enough, but any sport themed game, because that's what we used to collect, like baseball cards, right? That was kind of how this whole thing started, didn't it? Back in the days. I don't know. Did you guys collect baseball? I didn't collect baseball cards. Baseball's not big here, but wasn't that a big thing? Baseball cards in the 80s, 90s kind of thing?
I collected them.
I collect
it still is.
There you go. So what if you had, sports cards with, Mario characters or whatever?
What did you collect, Gemma? Cricket cards or?
No, they did have them. No, I collected movie cards, like Batman. And...
Star Wars cards were huge.
Oh,
at least with my friends and I, we were buying the Empire Strikes Back, all kinds of cards.
I probably missed
Tron
that.
cards.
I was probably too young for those ones, but I did collect the Lion King, and Batman, and Batman
Returns.
Returns.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids. I do remember Garbage Pail Kids.
Cabbage Patch Kids, but they were gross.
Did they have cards as well? Did they?
Yes.
Mostly movies for me. We did have football cards, I guess. I do have some, is it NFL, the American football? I do have some NFL cards randomly, which is cool because my family went through a brief period of watching it every week, which is kind of fun in the 90s. So I used to love Joe Montana.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The playoff for certain for us this weekend.
Really? Well, there you go.
Kirk's team's doing great.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck to Kirk's team.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, well, that's a good one. Thank you, Trev. Let's head back to Justin. And I think, is this number 10 now? Number 10. And then we've got some wild cards. But yeah, this is the 10th prediction for the year.
It's another 40th anniversary. It's not my last. So you're like, Justin, come on. Stop it with the 40th. This is a 40th anniversary for a franchise we don't hear much about, and that's Kid Icarus. And I know there's been some rumors over the years that Sakurai might work on a remaster of Kid Icarus Uprising from the 3DS. And I don't know, I could see something happening for Kid Icarus this year. So we know Sakurai's free now, well, somewhat after Kirby Air Riders. So maybe he'll work on the Uprising remaster and then get over to some more Smash Brothers where he needs to be. So
yes. There's no Smash Brothers on your predictions, though, is there?
Right? I know. I really don't know what's going on with Brothers. I don't know if they should do a Switch 2 edition of Ultimate or kind of start over, like do a whole new one that's kind of does some more gameplay differences. I don't know. Smash Brothers is a bit of a it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. And if Sakurai's not involved, that's going to be sad and also interesting to see what Nintendo does with it. So
yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, that Kid Icarus Uprising was 2012. So it's been a long time since we had any new Kid Icarus. We did have Of Myths and Monsters was on the Online Classics last year. So that was a nice surprise. So yeah, you never know.
I remember when the Mario movie came out, there was, I think, a scene Mario was
There
playing
was, yes.
the original Kid Icarus, and I'm like, I wonder if they're teasing, like they're going to bring it back, but nothing ever came of it.
Just an Easter egg, but it was a cool one. Yeah, I could see something happening there, honestly, especially with an anniversary like that. But yeah, it would be good to know what Sakurai's doing, though. Honestly, yeah, very cool. Thank you, Justin. Let's head back to Trev for his 10th prediction for the year.
All righty. So this is my Zelda prediction. And just looking over past predictions, I've always made Zelda predictions, at least in recent years, and I haven't had a whole lot of traction with them. So this year I went with the safer route and predicted Twilight Princess will get ported to the Switch 2 because it's the 20th anniversary for that game.
Wow.
I didn't pick Wind Waker just because they put that on Switch Online, and I thought maybe they wouldn't want to, muddle it. But Twilight Princess has been ported around enough. I mean, it's on the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U. So why not the Switch 2? And I feel like it's a safe prediction, and then I put in parentheses, the safest route would be predicting a movie trailer, but that's a given. I would think at the end of the year we'd have a little teaser.
Yeah.
Surely we'll have some movie trailer for it.
Yeah. Twilight Princess would not be a Switch 2 edition because, like I said, it's been around too many other places. It would be its own thing.
I love that, Trev. And that's amazing. That's the 20th anniversary. That's wild.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Did you play that one, Kurt? Because you were a GameCube person. Did you play Twilight Princess?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Yeah.
It is a good one, isn't it? Yeah, I do love that one. Very much so. That would be awesome.
I like a bit older Link. I think he seemed older, a bit more mature. The whole the adventure was a little, I don't want to say darker because it wasn't dark, but a little more dramatic, I think, than a lot of the Zelda adventures.
Yeah. And I mean, he was a wolf. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah. And Midna was a fantastic new character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Midna was great, honestly. Yeah.
It's got some of my favorite dungeons, Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good one, honestly. Really good entry for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something there. And I mean, people have been talking about a port or whatever for a while now. But we won't call it a Switch 2 edition, Trev, and it won't count towards your tally.
Yeah, well, because it wasn't on Switch 1, so it can't be a Switch 2.
Can't be. No, that's true.
It can be a Wii U edition. Or
Very good. All right, well, we've just got some wild cards left over then. So that's our 10 predictions. A couple of wild cards. You want to do them both at once, or do you want to go one each again?
Yeah, we could do them both at once.
Okay. What's on your wild card list then, Justin?
Yeah, so this is my last 40th anniversary. But it's kind of funny to me that we now have that term Metroidvania, and both of those series began in the same year in '86.
Yeah.
There have been some rumors for a while that Konami's been working on a revival for Castlevania. They've obviously been doing a lot in like pop culture with, I think they've done like some Netflix series, haven't they?
They
did. Like
animated. Yeah.
So I think they're trying to do some more things with that IP. And it started out on Nintendo platforms all those years ago. I do announce a new one that they would get a Switch 2 version in there. And I guess Konami hasn't done a whole lot like some of the Metal Gear Solid games on Switch 2 yet, but I'm hopeful that they get nostalgic, and if there's a new Castlevania, bring it to Nintendo. So
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. Imagine how that could look as well. Like it could look so cool.
Yeah, and I think they could do some really cool things with it. So
They could call it a
hopeful for
Castleroid.
that.
Oh, what? Sorry, Joe.
They could call it a Castleroid instead of a Metroidvania.
Okay. There you go. And then my second wild card. So yeah, these wild cards are kind of maybe off the wall. Like I feel like sometimes I've done some safer bets for wild cards, and I felt like that was I'm trying to cheat and get like 2 points if I get this right. But I'm trying to go a little bit more wild with these. But the second one, I'm thinking that GTA 6 has a decent chance to get announced for the Switch too. I know some people will call me crazy for that, and that's why it's a wild card.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think some of my reasoning there has kind of gone down in or kind of stance, and then also that's sort of damaged just how many Xboxes are even selling, So and the developers of Grand Theft Auto, they're going to want this to have a pretty wide potential user base, right? They haven't announced GTA 6 for the PC, so all they've announced is PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. So the fact that they've already committed to putting GTA 6 on the S, the lower powered version of the current Xbox consoles, that gives me some hope that there's been some Series S style games that have been ported to the Switch too. Assassin's Creed Shadows is only on the latest Xbox and PlayStation. Star Wars Outlaws is another one that ported, and those have both done pretty well performance wise and even sales wise. So. And what would be crazy ironic is if, like, now that like the cost went up for buying an Xbox and a PlayStation 5, I think they're gone up like $600. Like literally, it's like they're going up in price. So the Switch, if this came to the Switch 2, this could be Take-Two saying, "Hey, we don't want this to be a barrier to people having to buy a $600 console," and then. There's rumors that GTA 6 might be like $100 game because they've spent just billions of dollars, developing it over 10 years. So I don't know. The Switch 2 could be almost a lifeline for, not that this game is going to need a lifeline, like people are going to sell their arm or leg to get a, PS5 or Xbox play it. But the ironic thing I was about to mention is, wouldn't it be crazy if the Switch 2 version is the highest selling? because it would be the most affordable system to buy for people, and it would be portable. That's the other thing. You'd have GTA 6 portably. So I don't know. I don't know. I could see dollar signs there if that's really what they're chasing, but we'll see. That's why it's a wild card.
Yeah, it's a wild card, but there's logic there, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not like Rockstar Games doesn't have other games on Nintendo systems, right?
Yeah. They've done some interesting things with Nintendo, Chinatown Wars, and some of these other things that just you wouldn't really have guessed at the time. So I don't know. They could surprise us, and maybe that's one reason why it was delayed a little bit. Maybe they decided like, hey, we want to get the Switch 2 in there. Let's see if we can port that. Let's get that in the.
That's a good point, because I was just thinking whether it would release at the same time on Switch 2 or be,
right,
ported later, like a lot of games have been. But you make a really good point. Maybe they're getting it ready for someone like a simultaneous release.
Yeah. The May release date was their first fixed release date. They usually just had like a year that they were throwing out. So now this November 19 date that they've done for GTA 6 is the second kind of fixed release date, like 6 months exactly that they pushed it. That's like when you see games delaying for like quotes polish, it's like 3-4 months, or maybe 5 months if it happens to roll over a holiday month or something. But I don't know, 6 months when it's still in the same calendar year, to go from May to November. I don't know. To me, that could be polish and maybe a port, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, you got a good chance there, I reckon. I think there's a very high chance of that one for a wild card. We'll see. It would be a coup, though, wouldn't it? It would be something pretty good for Nintendo.
Just did say announced, so it could they announce it. Maybe it is something that they're like, hey, we couldn't fit it in the development time. They want to on PlayStation, Xbox, but Switch 2 is next year or whatever. But.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Thank you, Justin. Let's head back to Trev for his wild cards. What do you have for your out there predictions for 2026?
Okay. So we all met Devin Pritchard, who is now the NOA president, replacing Doug Bowser. And when you think of her, what do you think of? I think of that picture of her holding the Pikmin plush. I feel like that's how she was introduced to a lot of Nintendo fans, because that was the picture they used. And I don't know how much of a glimpse into her personality that's giving, or if it's teasing something Pikmin related, but I went with that. So I think in 2026 we're going to see something Pikmin. Might not be the next proper entry. Maybe it'll just be like a port of the 3DS game, Hey Pikmin, or a Pikmin short, because they did that Close to You short with the little baby, right? And Nintendo's shown they're willing to do things like that. Star Fox, for that matter, had a little animation with Star Fox Zero. So I don't know if it's going to be some type of a little mini movie thing or a port, but I feel like 2026 is going to give us something Pikmin related to celebrate our new president, who seems like she's a Pikmin fan.
Yeah, I love that. I hope you're right. Definitely. We all love Pikmin, I think, on this show, don't we?
Yeah. So.
And it's been 3 years since Pikmin 4. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I did give myself wiggle room, because it could be even like a Pikmin Alarmo thing, or an update to the mobile app. I don't know, something.
True. Yeah, something from Pikmin. Yep.
Yeah, maybe not as wild, but I think my next one is a little wilder. So we saw the Virtual Boy come back, right? Even though it's got a small library, and they've got that gimmicky hardware that you actually have to have Switch Online to use. But whatever. I'm not here to knock that, but another anniversary. It's not a 40th, but the GBA is going to be having its 25th anniversary. Why couldn't they bring back some of the GBA motion-controlled games? Like Kirby's Tilt and Tumble, Yoshi Topsy Turvy, WarioWare Twisted. There were some Japanese exclusives that used like the gyroscope. So maybe bring back some kind of little GBA hardware that you have to have Switch Online, to play.
Yeah.
Or maybe a cardboard GBA that you can get cheaper and play some of these games that you wouldn't be able to experience otherwise through traditional emulation.
Yeah. Well, that could be cool. Maybe the Virtual Boy, whatever you call that piece of hardware, if it does well enough, maybe they'll look at that.
Yeah, this one is wild, I admit it, but I was trying to think of something kooky, and again, it could be a high profit margin, because how much is cardboard? I don't know. Like,
yeah. When does the Virtual Boy release? Is it February?
I think it's February.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I thought.
Soon-ish.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that idea. What a lot of anniversaries we have this year, honestly. That's just insane. 25th, we've got 20th, we've got 40th, obviously a lot of 40th. So much happening. I don't know how they're going to squeeze it all in, but we'll see. That's excellent. That brings us, I guess, to the end of our list. Kirk, did you have any extra predictions you wanted to throw out there?
Boy, I'd have to think a little harder
Yeah.
to come up with something that wasn't already covered.
That's okay.
Sorry.
No, I just want to make sure you had a chance, just in case. I don't have anything either. Don't worry. It's like, I think that covered pretty
I've
much
never
everything.
been good at predictions anyway.
Yeah.
So,
No, we leave that to the experts.
so,
We leave that to
yes,
Justin and Trev. We just
exactly.
go along for the
And
ride.
then poke fun at them when they're wrong.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. If there was one prediction of the list that you could, for each of you, that you would wish for mostly for this year, what would you choose? What's the one that you would want to happen the most, do you think?
Ooh.
Are you asking me, or are you asking Trev and Justin?
Anyone, all of you, whoever.
Let them go.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. What do you want to see? I agree.
I would say out of all of those, more Metroid. I'm
Yeah.
insatiable.
Yeah. Yes. What about you, Trev?
I was kind of digging Justin's Star Fox prediction. So, but also bringing back the old Pokemon games. So it's difficult to find legit copies, and if you do, they're very overpriced. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I like both of those.
Very cool. Excellent. Thank
And
you.
what about you, Gemma?
Oh, which one do I like the most? I mean, new Mario, I guess, but that's probably going to happen anyway. I do like the idea of more Metroid and Pokemon. I'd probably go with the Mario one. Like, I just want some new Mario. Yeah, that would be mine. Just because I'm always, if you ask me any given year, what do I want to see this year? It would be more Mario. So that's just what I. Although Pikmin, honestly, I'd be pretty happy with some new Pikmin. That would actually be my second, I reckon. I do love Pikmin a lot. So, and Hey Pikmin, like you said in your description, underrated. Such an underrated game. So fun. I'd love to see a sequel or a report of that. It doesn't have to be a full Pikmin game. Just to give us something. Yeah.
That would be pretty hard to port, though, wouldn't it? Because of the dual screen use.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of vertical action happening there that would
That's
be weird.
true. They'd have to redevelop that, wouldn't they? So maybe more of a sequel situation. I don't know. They could bring out a stylus for the Switch too, and then make it work somehow. Tilt it. Could you twist it and then have the stylus?
You could hold the Switch 2 vertically.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be cool. That's a very wild card prediction right there. Very wild card indeed. Well, we'd love to know our listeners' predictions, of course. So please let us know what you think is going to happen in 2026 and which of our predictions you agree with the most or like the most or would like to happen the most. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add to the show before we do close things off for the week? Any final thoughts?
I hope the listeners stick with us for the new year.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Hope it's a good 2026.
Yes. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for your support on the show. We do appreciate it. And we're very excited to bring you more content throughout the year. So join us every week for the Pure Nintendo podcast. If you want to support us, you can actually head on over to patreon.com/Pure Nintendo, and you can subscribe to our Pure Nintendo magazine, which is currently in development for our next issue, which we're looking to push out towards the end of this month or early next month, but it's in development right now, so stay tuned for that one. You can also follow us on Blue Sky on social media, see what we're up to over there, and our website, of course, purenintendo.com for all our reviews and news. But I guess that brings us to the end of the show. So thank you, everyone, for joining me this week. Thank you, Justin, Trev, and Kirk, of course. And until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.